Hello everybody, welcome in. My name's Lucky and the channel's Game On. We just keep gaming on. This is the Legendary Path, our guide for all 8 Legendary Talismans in Elden Ring. This trophy is necessary to get the Platinum in the game, and let's get started out here in Caelid, in Greyall's Dragon Barrow, looking for Radagons Soreseal, which gives us a +5 on our Vigor, Endurance, Strength, and Dexterity, but comes with a damage negation of -15%, so beware. It's a great talisman to get right off the bat, but I wouldn't use it past level 70. Let's go and start off at the Fort Pharaoh site of Grace. Now let's run inside Fort Pharaoh. We're going to try to run past the bats and the sirens without getting poisoned. We'll see how we do. Take an immediate left. Just keep going straight through here. Get up the ladder as quick as you can. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Of course. Great. Luckily, poison isn't that big of a deal in Elden Ring. It's not like Dark Souls 2 where it's just like a game breaker. But we'd better take care of it before we go any further. That way we don't have to worry about it or think about it. Now after we do that, let's jump down here to the rooftop of Fort Pharaoh. There'll be 2 holes that we can drop down here. We're going to run right by the first one. Normally if you run by these guys quick enough, you won't have to fight them and they won't follow you down. But I'll just take them out. We don't have to worry about them that way. Well, that works. Now let's jump down the second hole here. And be careful. There's a few rats down here. Take a right and then there'll be a rat behind this barrel. Once we get rid of him, knock these planks over here. Once they're out of the way, you can jump over this gap. Now over here, there'll be a large rat and a small rat, so be careful. I'm using the backhand blades. They're great bleed weapons from the DLC. You can get them fairly early on in the game. You can see just how effective they are, too. Now, let's go down here. And if we come back here and turn the corner, we will find Radagons Soreseal. Next, we find ourselves at the Academy of Lucaria, going after the Radagon Icon, which shortens the time of spellcasting, giving you 30 virtual dexterity exclusively towards spellcasting. Find ourselves in the Debate Parlor site of Grace, which is where we fought the Red Fox. One of my least favorite enemies in this game. Now we're going to leave here as if we were going to fight Rennala and head directly out here. Take a hard right away. And jump over this small balcony. Be a small walkway here. We're going to go past and up this ladder. Now just go right up here and turn right. There'll be a broken window. Go ahead and jump on through that. Ah, now we're on the upstairs section of the Debate Parlor. If we come down here, we can actually see the site of Grace where we started at. And we want to go right. Right over here, we will find a chest that has Radagon's Icon in it. Now, we must journey to the Ashen State of Lendale for the Erdtree Favor +2, which grants us a max HP of 4%, stamina at 10%, and equipment load at 8%. This is a very good overall talisman. Unfortunately, you can't acquire it until late in the game. We're going to start off at the Forbidden Land side of Grace, because it's much easier to backtrack ourselves into the Ashen State of Lendale from here. Far less enemies and far less difficult a path. Walk over here and take the elevator up. Now along the way there's a Centurion and 3 soldiers past him. You don't have to fight them, you can actually run by and be just fine, but I like these backhand blades and wanted to try it comboed with the blood flies right off the bat to see how quickly I get them down, and it worked pretty well. I also took these soldiers out just for fun. Same thing with the archer coming up here. You don't have to do any of this, you can run right by. Now there'll be another elevator down here. Oh, wasn't ready for us. Hit the lever, and now we wait forever. Ah, forever went fast. Ah, Glendale Ashen Capital. What a beautiful place. Let's walk over to the railing where we can actually see the Erdtree Favor +2 atop a stump in the distance, surrounded by 4 Erdtree avatars. The way to do this is to be super stealthy, hug the left side, while listening to Mission Impossible. Here we go. Very carefully now, very carefully now. Oh man, I thought he was coming right for us. If you haven't aggroed anybody, you can just fast travel out of there after that. Okay, now we're looking for the Old Lord's Talisman, which increases spell duration by 30%. We'll start off at the beside the Great Bridge side of Grace, where we'll head north and then east over to the small rotund on the right side of the map. Let's go up the stairs here. Once we get up here to the Great Bridge, we'll hang a sharp left. Now through the columns and down the stairs here. Put this on a little bit early here, but I do like to buff up. Once we get down here, there'll be several enemies that are pretty tough, as well as an invasion if you haven't done that. Or if you've completed the Volcano Manor quest line, Berthol will be there to invade you. Let's jump down this ladder here. When I get down here, I'm going to switch from the backhand blades 2 to a heavier weapon, just because these guys have some shields up here. So we'll get the Blood Fiend's arm out, we'll rebuff where we should have buffed in the first place, instead of wasting our time up there. And there'll be 3 guys in here. Love the Lion's Claw on the Blood Fiend's arm. There's also a DLC weapon you get later. Very, very good. Probably one of the best weapons in the game, I think, to be honest. Wait, still moving. Ugh! Now, run in here, and inside this chest is the Old Lord's Talisman. Now we're off to the Hallowed Tree for Marikas Soreseal, which gives us a boost of 5 to our Mind, Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane, but also comes with a damage negation debuff of 15%, so be careful using this one. Now we'll start off in the prayer room. We'll exit out the east door. Quite a few enemies on these ramparts up here, but they can be dodged easily. Now we're going to look for a spot to get across to the other rampart down there, where an Erdtree avatar waits. There'll be a gap in the railing over here. You can go down this little walkway and drop off to the right or left, it doesn't matter. You're going to go left to where the broken rail is down here and jump off onto there. Now from here, you can run and leap onto the rampart below. Now you have a second before the avatar comes over here. You can buff or do whatever you want to fight him. We're just going to run past. Oh gosh, no, that didn't work out very well. Oh, he hit us with the Scarlet Rod as we were getting away too. We got to heal. Come on now. I don't even know what that is, but we're ignoring it for now. Go. Alright, cool. Now we'll drop down here, and we'll drop down one more time. Ooh, beware of that. Now this does take a stone sword key to open. We'll go ahead and use one of those. Now watch out for the grafted scion over there. Next up, we have the Dragon Crest Great Shield, which reduces physical damage by 20%. Very, very good. We're back at the Hallowed Tree, and we're in the Drainage Channel, Site of Grace. From here, exit to the east, and we're just going to follow these roots that have been growing along the side of the fortress here, all the way over to a couple of branches that we will eventually jump across. Not much to worry about on this route, just don't fall down. That's where we want to get to eventually. We'll drop down right here first of all. Fairly intuitive path. Drop down to this branch, next drop down to this walkway. You can jump onto this route right here, and then onto the rooftop here. There's two places you can drop in on the roof. I like to drop in right here. Now beware of the pests. They will launch pest threads at you, and it is really difficult. If you get caught up by that, you will most likely get killed. Luckily we were pretty quick and efficient here. Took these small ones out and knocked the big one down with ease. And in this treasure chest right here will be the Great Shield Talisman. Okay, now on to the Altus Plateau and the Godfrey Icon, which raises the attack power of charged spells and skills. We'll start off to the Altus Plateau Site of Grace and make our way down to the Golden Lineage Everjail, right here. Now for this fight, I'll bust out my heaviest weapon, which is the Anvil Hammer, another DLC weapon. Run past these two golems, don't worry about them. If you make your way over to the right side of this ridge, you'll find a nice little path down here. Continue on down here to the Everjail. Now let's go inside the Everjail. Always wait to apply my buffs until I'm inside, ready to fight. Now we can put all our stuff on and get ready to rock and roll. Now we got a million buffs on, let's go over here and fight. Godfrey the Grafted. Pretty easy fight overall. The Anvil Hammer just tears him up. It's got an awesome L2 attack, where it drops down these spikes that do bleed damage and fire damage after the fact. It's really good. Poise damage is excellent on this thing. This guy will have basically the same moveset as Godric the Grafted. Stronger. Boom. Down he goes. And after that, you get the Godfrey Icon. Now, we're on to the hardest one these talismans actually get, the Moon of Nokstella, which increases memory slots by 2. So, there's two ways to do this. You can do Ronnie's questline to get access to the area where this is, or you could do it the way I'm going to show you, which is the way to do it without doing Ronnie's questline. So start off the Mimic Tier Site of Grace. We'll continue on past this bridge to the Ancestral Hunting Grounds. Making our way to the aqueduct section of this map. Go past here to the right. You'll find some jellyfish, which will tell you you're heading in the right direction. You'll find this little hidden path back here where we can jump off. Grab this side of grace inside this small cavern. Now this next section has 2 Crucible Knights. We're going to avoid both of them, as well as all the other enemies here. We'll jump down here first. First Crucible Knight is off to our right. We'll ignore him and just go this way. We'll put our buffs on just in case something happens. Come up this stairs. Then we'll take a right. The other Crucible Knight will be right to the right there. We don't want to fight him right now. We'll come back later and get him. Come over here. I talked to Dee's brother. If you've done Dee's quest, you can give him Dee's armor, and he will become a summon for you at this fight, which is nice to have. This, I feel like, is actually a very difficult fight in the game. It was for me my very first time through. So I will summon Dee and use the Mimic Tear as well. This is the Twin Gargoyle fight in the Aqueduct. There's a few things to watch out for here. This one is one of them. You can attack from anywhere in the arena with that Storm Wave attack, as well as they have a Puke ability, which does massive amounts of toxic damage to you. And your summons will also just get destroyed by it. Once you get about halfway done in health, the other guy will come and join. See, there's that Puke he just did right there. He's trying to do it right now. Oh, so bad. One down. Yeah, I love Black Knight Teach. It's probably my favorite. I said I was going to use the Mimic Tear, but I decided against it. Okay, there they go. Great enemy fell. Get some weapons from him. Now, once we've defeated him, let's go over here to the back of the arena where a waterfall is and a coffin awaits us. This coffin will take us to the Deep Root Depths. Now that we've arrived at the Deep Root Depths, we'll need to make our way through here to another coffin, far on the other side of the map. It's going to be located in this general vicinity. Now we can hop on Torrent, speedily make our way through this area without aggroing anybody or fighting anybody. That'd be ideal. Small bit of platforming here across these branches. Once we've made it across, quite a few enemies in this area, but you can just run through and avoid them. Come through here and follow this small path, ignoring the fire gargoyle, unlike I did. Come left and just hug this ridge line. And if you just follow this ridge line, you will eventually hit the coffin that you need to get into. There you go. You see where we came from all the way over there? Now let's hop in and go to the next section of the map, even deeper in. Now that we've arrived in the Ansel River main, let me show you where Nokstella, the moon of Nokstella, actually is. It's in this building over here, so we have to make our way literally across the entire map. But it is fairly easy. I do like to come up here and get this first sight of grace. Now there's a few enemies here to avoid. These Astel-like creatures are one of them. You can see his gravity attack just does massive, massive damage to me. I just run past and avoid him for the time. Or at least try to. And we'll continue down the Ansel River. Past these ants. Past even more ants. Take a left through this doorway and into Nokstella, the Eternal City. How epic is this, man? This place is my favorite place in all of Elden Ring. Now we're about halfway there. Again, fairly straightforward and easy, a little bit of traveling here. Very few enemies, and the ones that are there aren't very tough. We'll take him on out. Dodge the lightning blobs with the sharp spear. I do like Flame Grant Me Strength when I'm using this weapon because it does do fire damage, so that will help your damage. Now watch out for this ball. Kind of get him to roll out of the way so you can run behind him. That's all you got to do there. Perfect. Then we'll go inside this building. You can get that chest if you want there. We've already gotten this one time through, but we'll grab it again on this playthrough. It's just a silver smithing stone. But you gotta be careful because a lot of guys will drop out of the ceiling when you do that. Now let's carry on. And then directly up this staircase will be a couple of mimics that we'll have to fight. First we'll take these two out, and then we'll fight the soldier of Nokstella back there. Now I switch to the backhand blade just for speed. Be able to close the distance with an attack. Perfect. You can come over here and grab this chest and get the Moon of Nokstella. The very last and most difficult of all the legendary talismans to gain. Now remember, no matter what happens, you can always take this path, no matter what ending you go for. You don't have to do Ronnie's questline. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this journey for all 8 legendary talismans. Like I said, this is a necessary trophy for getting the Platinum in Elden Ring. It's fairly easy to get, honestly. The Moon of Nokstella is pretty much the most difficult one. But now that you know how to do that, you should be good to go. I'm Lucky, channel's Game On. We just keep gaming on. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.